Philly cheesesteaks out of damn Boots Ennis. He gonna beat the Philly cheesesteaks out of Boots Ennis. Yeah, he sure is. He gonna knock him out. Oh, if Boots has some success, oh, he gonna have some success. Oh, yeah, he gonna have some success. You know, he got his speed, his power. He's very active. Yeah, he gonna have success. But when he get touched on that chin, though, ooh, shit. Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya, kumbaya, my lord. That's what they're gonna be singing right after, because he gonna be got to pick his, hey, he ain't getting up. I promise y'all that. When Crawford catches, if they were to fight, man, it's easy work. Boots gonna do all the work for him.
Timothy Bradley makes a bold prediction, backing Terence Crawford to knock Jaron Ennis out as rumors emerge that Bud may be coming out of retirement. Bradley sees Crawford's timing and ability to punish mistakes as a serious threat to Ennis.
You can't be making all them damn mistakes. When you're fighting Shakur, you can't be making all those damn mistakes. You can't. The more mistakes you make, the more they're gonna make your ass pay. And Boots with all them damn mistakes and, you know, his giggly ass, you know what I'm saying? Because he always try to, I gotta get to it. You know what I'm saying? If he learned how to calm the hell down, he might have a chance. But, you know, he don't know how to calm down. He don't fight discipline. He don't. He always rushing everything. It's the Philly in him, you know? So if they were to fight, that's easy work. Terence Crawford, stoppage, knockout, brutal ass knockout. Top 10 ESPN.
Backing up those concerns, Roy Jones sees Crawford as the more proven fighter because of the different challenges he has already navigated. Ennis remains a serious threat, but there are still unanswered questions surrounding him at this level. That uncertainty makes the matchup especially intriguing.
I'm not saying that Bud necessarily beats Boot, but I'm definitely not saying that Boot beats Bud, because I've seen Bud in a lot of different situations. I ain't seen Boot in those situations yet. Now, don't get it wrong. I ain't saying Boots can't win. Boots is a monster. Boots is a totally different character from anything Bud probably ever seen.
Adding another prediction to the debate, Anthony Brenna and Shawn Porter see Crawford's precision as a serious problem for Ennis. They expect Crawford to capitalize on the openings Ennis provides, while viewing the matchup as especially compelling because both fighters bring confidence and authority into the ring.
It's just a little too much and we'll catch him.
Yeah.
And buzz Boots. And I think that'll. I think Terence stops him.
It's
late.
such a special fight because you got two alpha males in the ring that are true alpha males. You know what I mean?
Even so, Eddie Hearn sees Crawford as the one opponent who creates genuine uncertainty around Ennis's chances. He still leans toward Ennis, but views Crawford as a far more difficult matchup to predict than the other potential challenges available.
The only fighter between 154 pounds and 168 pounds that I can't categorically sit here and tell you Jaron beats is Terence Crawford. And I still think he beats him, but I can't, you know, I'm so sure that he beats all those other guys. We just got to get the fights.
That confidence in Ennis is also reflected by DiBella, who points to his offensive firepower as one of his most impressive qualities. His latest performance showed DiBella just how dangerous that arsenal can be when everything comes together. Chris Mannix also sees Ennis's recent rise as evidence that he is developing into a major attraction.
And I was so impressed with the offense the last fight. It was scintillating to me. Like I hadn't seen somebody with that kind of firepower in a while use it that way. And the combination of having him and Benavidez on top of a roster with the guy who's probably pound for pound, I think it's a real good start.
I like the pick. I think Boots is starting to prove he's an attraction as well. I think the Xander Zayas fight.
Looking beyond the matchup, Coach Breadman sees enormous potential in Ennis and believes he has the ability to reach boxing's highest level. However, he stresses that talent alone cannot guarantee a great career. The quality of opposition, opportunities, and decisions along the way will ultimately determine whether Ennis turns that potential into a lasting legacy.
I've always said that he's the most talented fighter I've seen in these parts in Philly gyms. And I've always said that he could win titles from 147 to 160, which to me is the hardest trifecta of titles to win. Bro, a lot of things have to happen for that. You got to have the opponents. You got to have the right climate. You got to have the right backing. A lot of things have to happen for that. And we've seen some really talented dudes, but they go off tail. You know what I mean? And they don't get certain things in their career. And then you look back and like, damn, why didn't that guy do a little bit more? You know what I mean? So we just got to see, got to stay injury free. You know, he can't take like so many bad losses. And if he does, he has to avenge them. He has to have the great opponents. He has to have a lot, you know what I mean? But I do think he's going to be one of the top guys.
But talent alone may not be enough to solve the Crawford puzzle. Bob Arum sees Crawford's versatility as a major tactical advantage, particularly his ability to switch seamlessly between stances. That flexibility allows him to change the look of a fight and disrupt an opponent's preparation. Against Ennis, those adjustments could create another difficult layer to overcome.
Crawford is an awfully good fighter. And, you know, it would take a real wizard to beat him. Crawford has something that no other fighter around has, and people haven't commented on it, and that is he fights equally well as a southpaw or as a right-hander. And so when you train for a fight, usually the fighter he's fighting trains for him as an orthodox fighter, right-handed fighter. And so from the first round on, he'll turn southpaw, and the guy isn't ready for him. That's what beats Spence.
That contrast is also what intrigues Danny Garcia, although he remains uncertain whether Crawford would end his retirement for Ennis. He sees the potential fight as a fascinating test of two fighters at very different stages of their careers. Ennis brings fresh ambition and physical ability, while Crawford offers years of elite-level experience. That contrast could make the matchup especially compelling.
Are we going to see Crawford come out for it or not?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Yeah.
You know, because Crawford, Crawford's Crawford. You know, so.
Is that still a tough fight to call?
What, them two?
Yeah.
That's a great fight. Great fight. Young, hungry lion versus the master, the OG master.
Timothy Bradley questions what Crawford would truly gain from facing Ennis. Despite the technical appeal of the matchup, he sees little incentive for Crawford to return simply because interest in an Ennis fight continues to grow.
We're gonna gain by fighting Boots Ennis. I mean, yeah, we like to entertain the fight because, skill for skill, they, southpaw, orthodox, they switch and all that. Yeah. Boots is young too, right? But what does Boots have that Crawford ain't got? Crawford got everything Boots and more. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing enticing for a Boots fight for Terence Crawford. What else y'all get? Y'all don't understand that? Y'all don't get that? Man, Terence is retired, man. Just because you see Terence inside the gym working, trying to just stay in shape. Now he coming back to face Boots because Boots is running his mouth. Look, Crawford ain't never been one to move because you running your mouth. Crawford like, man, come on, bro, get your weight up.
Paulie Malignaggi shares that skepticism, questioning whether facing Ennis would make sense for Crawford at this stage of his career. He sees the matchup as a demanding assignment and ultimately doubts Crawford will come out of retirement specifically to pursue it.
So, there might be a little bit too much biting off more than you can chew at the age Crawford is at, But I don't see Crawford coming back to fight.
Yet Crawford himself has added another dimension to the discussion. He pushes back on the idea that Ennis was ready for him earlier while making it clear he takes the current comparison seriously. Crawford also challenges Ennis to be more direct if he truly wants to bring his name into the conversation.
Thank you. Stop playing with me. Niggas real boxing. No. Why they went the other way? He wasn't ready yet. He needed a couple of more fights, they said. Stop playing. Y'all be... Come on, bro. That's what I'm talking about. We already said that. That's right. He said I was lying.
But I don't know.
It ain't his time. Brian said the same thing. It ain't his time yet. On my mama, Gilly. And I be trying to be nice because I support the young fella and all that. And he black and shit. I want to see them succeed.
That's my
But
thing.
niggas can't come up to me and do the same shit that they can do with other niggas. Niggas don't do that with me. I would slap the piss out of niggas' face. Niggas know who to play with.
But that was also what I said. His career is already.
Niggas don't even really be saying my name. They be like, I'm with everybody. I'm on everybody. I'm gonna stop everybody. Niggas say my name. Niggas say I knocked Terence Crawford out.
Those comments only strengthen the debate over whether Crawford is truly finished. Showbiz remains convinced the competitive fire is still there, viewing Crawford's recent attitude as evidence that the desire to compete has not completely disappeared. For Showbiz, there are several reasons to question whether Crawford's career is actually over.
That's not a brother who doesn't want to fight. That's not somebody who just looking for you to push a button because he doesn't want to fight. That's somebody trying to damn fight. When you're begging somebody to give you a damn reason to whoop his ass, that means that you got your arms pumped up and you ready to whoop somebody's ass. This guy, Terence Bud Crawford, has been sitting out, but he's doing that shit. He's going to fight. Now, let me tell you why I'm so confident that Terence Bud Crawford comes back. I'm going to give you a few reasons, some big-time reasons. Number one, fighters.
Taking that argument further, Showbiz points to Crawford's most recent performance as another reason he doubts the retirement will last. He argues that Crawford stepped away while still operating at an exceptional level rather than showing signs of decline. In his view, that kind of form could make staying away from competition increasingly difficult.
There's nothing to replace that shit. You're a fighter and fighters fight. But with Terence Bud Crawford, it's an even stranger case because, one, his last performance wasn't just a good one, it was his greatest performance yet. It was the best he's performed ever. He went up, jumping up weight classes to fight the undisputed champion at 168, one of the greatest fighters of all time, Saul Canelo Alvarez, and he dominated. I don't give a damn what the scorecards say. We all know that that brother dominated 11-1. And when you're coming off of a dominant performance, a great performance like that, there's no way you're walking around talking about, yeah, let me just retire. I can't do it no more. Hell no! Terence Bud Crawford is the best he's ever been. That brother aging like fine wine. He's an alien like Bernard Hopkins.
Adding to the speculation, Bullmac provides some context around Crawford's recent training activity. He explains that Crawford still enjoys the gym environment and remains closely connected with fighters he has supported along the way. While the sessions may not confirm anything about his future, they certainly keep interest in Crawford's next move alive.
Well, man, I will tell you this, man, Bud, you know, he loved the environment that he created. We created together as a team, and so he know we was in camp, so he just wanted to come out and get some work in, just see where he at and have some fun with Lester. He brought Lester underneath his wing on his undercard, and then Lester just sprouted, just jumped to the top of the charts after that. So Terence is always a big supporter of Lester. And just come out, just have fun with him, and just show him a few things and just work out with him for a couple of days.
With talk of a Crawford-Ennis fight gaining attention, Bullmac addresses whether Crawford's recent gym activity should be viewed as a sign of a possible comeback. He remains firm on Crawford's current position and sees little reason for him to prove anything more in boxing. Bullmac believes there is a different reason behind Crawford's return to training.
Your thoughts on that?
Now, Bud done, man. He said he done, and I respect his decision, and I want him to be done because he had nothing else to prove in the sport. But I love having him around the other fighters, to motivate them, so they trying to get to the pinnacle of the sport where he got. So that's just one of the reasons why it came out, man. Not to get ready for no fight or nothing, just want to stay in shape.
From another perspective, Greg Hackett remains skeptical that Crawford's retirement will prove permanent. He views the decision as too recent to completely close the door on another fight, particularly with Crawford still capable of competing at an elite level. For Hackett, the possibility of a return remains very much alive.
People don't retire in a year and be like, I'm done for real. They come back. I'm not going to give you the respect you looking for and then you try to come back. No, when you come back, I'll be ready for you. That's if you come back. Now, if it's 5 years from now, then I can see Boots being like, hey, he was a great fighter. He did what he had to do. He beat everybody they put him in the ring with. He did a great job. But right now, it's too early. It's too early to do that. Because Bud could say, you know what? He could wake up one day, you know what? I'm bored. Let's go get some boxing money. Who want to fight? You know how many people would take that fight just because they can make some money? Come on, gang. So right now, all I'm saying is it's too early to take Bud serious on the retirement talk. It's too early. Bud is a nasty individual. You think he really retired? I don't think so.
However, Greg Hackett pushes back on the idea that Ennis needs to become more outspoken to generate momentum for the Crawford fight. He views Ennis as naturally reserved and old school in his approach, preferring to make his position clear without creating unnecessary drama. For Hackett, that personality should not be mistaken for a lack of interest or confidence.
It don't matter, he said it. So what more do a person have to say? What you want me to do? Right. I'm not about to act outside. I'm not. See, what people not understanding is they want Boots to act out of character. That's not how he is. People that do not, he just not what people think. Like people think he's just not like that. He real old school, bro. He's of the new times, but he real old school. He not like he just not like that. So I don't understand why people want somebody to be like they would be, or like what they imagine.
Offering a different outlook, Bernie the boxer argues that Ennis may need a more aggressive approach if he truly wants to tempt Crawford out of retirement. He suggests that directly challenging Crawford could be far more effective than simply expressing interest in the matchup. For Bernie, the right words might be enough to test Crawford's willingness to stay retired.
To get Crawford out of retirement, then say what he said. Tell him, I'll knock Crawford out. Tell his old ass to come back. He better stick to commentating. This is what you gotta talk. This is real shit. The only way you're gonna get, now I'm being literal, the only way you're gonna get Crawford to come back, and I hope he not get upset at me about this, but he said this on his own, so I'm just kind of amplifying what he said. If somebody, whoever they is that needs to say it, says, I will beat Crawford ass, I will knock him out, he better stick to doing the commentating and join whatever retirement, because he ain't got nothing coming with me. That's why he ran out of retirement. I'll beat his ass. I'm way better than him.
Bernie takes that argument further, maintaining that Crawford would need a genuine competitive reason to reconsider retirement. At the same time, he acknowledges that a potential Ennis matchup comes with practical complications beyond simply generating interest. In his view, there are still major questions that would need to be resolved before the matchup becomes realistic.
Now, he put all these things in the right type of way, and then we might have something then. I don't know. I don't know. I want Crawford to come back, but I'm saying, you got to get underneath his skin. You got to give him a reason to do that. He chilling right now. And I'm saying it just, I hope I can say that for the last time. We ain't talking about Boots. Somebody else just said it on the commentary last night. That's what he said. I didn't want to bring up Boots. Let's just leave it alone. Let's just leave it alone. It's over with. Let it go. Let it go, because like I say, everybody ain't looking in the situation. What weight they gonna fight? What weight they gonna fight? Crawford a 68-pounder, 60-pounder. Boots taking this time to go up to 54. How he gonna jump straight to Crawford? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Adding to the comeback speculation, a boxing analyst expects Crawford's competitive nature to keep a potential fight with Ennis alive. He argues that Crawford may not need financial motivation to return, especially if his position at the top is challenged. In his view, the right competitive spark could be enough to bring Crawford back.
The right button is Terence Crawford to come out of retirement and fight Jaron Ennis. But it won't be at 154. He said Crawford is a 60, 68-pounder. This is what I said, right? I said this before. I said that Terence Crawford is a mean competitor. He needs a reason, right? Right now, just the slightest push, and he'll make it happen. He's a super duper competitor. And with the right push, Terence Crawford will come back and fight Jaron Ennis because of his competitive nature, not because of money, not because of status. because y'all say he better than me. Now, he gonna say the right things like Michael Jordan.
Adding another layer to the comeback talk, the analyst questions whether Crawford can truly leave elite competition behind. With Ennis emerging as a potential challenger to his standing, the growing tension between them could become difficult to ignore. Crawford's confidence in how the matchup would unfold only makes that possibility more intriguing.
Terence Crawford is a serious competitor, okay? He has that, Terence Crawford has that Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Jerry Rice mentality, the Floyd Mayweather mentality, right? And I think that he's starting to get that itch, right? And, you know, yeah, he's 38 years old, but I think he's starting to get that itch, man. And there's a little bit of rivalry brewing there, right? There was comparisons for years. And now Terence Crawford he's saying the right things, man. I told y'all, man, Terence Crawford, he stated that, you know, I'm 10 steps ahead of Jaron Boots Ennis right now. I knocked Jaron Boots Ennis out right now, right?
Lonnie B is leaning toward Virgil Ortiz Jr. because he knows firsthand what makes a boxer difficult to deal with. He points to Ortiz's tight defense, high guard, and disciplined pressure, saying he doesn't give opponents the mistakes they usually rely on. And as the rounds go on, Ortiz only gets stronger while making adjustments behind his pressure.
One thing about Virgil, why I'm leaning more towards Virgil, I'm a boxer, so I know what gives boxers trouble. And that style Virgil Ortiz got is going to give any boxer trouble because he's hard to hit. His hands, the one thing about boxers, we go off instinct and reflexes most of the time. Like, and we bank off you doing stuff wrong, like walking me down with your feet too close to each other. You know, using feints, your hands down, you not moving your head enough. That's the stuff that we bank on. Virgil Ortiz does everything perfect that gives a boxer hell. Like the way he walk you down, the way he keep his hands up, the way how he gets stronger as the rounds go on. How he's not just a come for a fighter. He makes adjustments coming forward.
Coach Reed is not holding back when it comes to the Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. situation. He questions why the fight keeps getting pushed aside, arguing that if everyone says Boots needs an elite name on his resume, then Ortiz is exactly the opponent he should be fighting now. He also warns that delaying the matchup could only lead to more excuses if Ortiz eventually loses to someone else.
Now y'all trying to reroute and say, let Boots fight Charlo and then he fights Spence. No, why not let that happen? All of y'all keep saying Boots got no elite fighters on his resume, so then make the fight happen. Stop trying to reroute and go different places so you can fight this person and fight that person. Because at the end of the day, let's just hypothetically say Errol Spence beat Ortiz. Is Boots gonna fight Ortiz? And then what they gonna say? Oh, he should have fought him before he fought Spence. Come on. Everybody that Boots fight, he gets no credit for.
A Crawford-Ennis showdown remains only a potential fight, but the debate around it continues to grow. Would Crawford's timing and experience be too much, or could Ennis's youth and offensive firepower push him past the former pound-for-pound king? And do you think Crawford will actually come out of retirement to face him?